Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting podcast. It is Crazy Shirt Monday here with Doug Upstone. Mine's a little crazier with my Sasquatch guy going on here. But listen, it's festive. It's July. It's the All Star break. We're going to get to a little home run derby talk. We'll talk some trade deadline stuff, just the overall look at the first half of the season and stuff like that. It'll be a hodgepodge of baseball today. And for the week, we got some football coming up for you there. It's, Hall of Fame games 2.5 weeks away, I guess, 2 weeks away. So football talk is on the horizon. It is, right? Doug, it is. We'll get into
I'm not saying it's not just a Hall of Fame game.
In July.
I avoid that. I think I avoid the plague more than the Hall of Fame game, but it's a close second. I will say that.
It's to have it in July. That's it. We got time to talk. We'll have a special Hall of Fame roundtable day. I'm only kidding.
Yeah, get like 10 or let's do it like on Zoom where we get 12 or 15 people talk about.
Everybody from the site will be on for the first NFL game of the.
What do you think will be the fourth quarterback for Buffalo this year? What do you guys think? Huh? What do you guys think?
Who? I was trying to think of like an obscure backup for them back in. Rob Johnson,
but playing in the Hall of Fame game. To tell you the truth, I have no idea. And
people remember Rob Johnson for Buffalo. I think he had a couple starts.
USC, right?
Yeah. Yes, he was a little USC guy. Listen, thumbs up here for the show, especially for our shirts. Actually, you know what? That'll probably get us a thumbs down, but that's all right. Notification bell on, so each and every day we roll out the free pick videos. You don't want to miss out on that. And head on over our sponsor. Maybe not so much today at Gamblers Roll Down. Unless, who knows? Maybe, it's WNBA, CFL stuff this week. But head on over there. Again, little light on the schedule the next couple days. But we got you covered with the premium stuff. But let's talk here. So it's Home Run Derby, All Star Game tomorrow, and I'm not an All Star Game bettor, Doug. So number one. But you know what? Honestly, instead of going into the All Star Game, let's do a little first half stuff.
Okay.
First half season for you, MLB. What did you think overall? Like hitting the game, stuff like that. A surprise team, a shocker kind of team. But I know we're talking about like trade deadlines a couple weeks away. Not much separation. A lot of teams bunched up in a wild card. I threw a lot of things at you, but feel free to talk.
Yeah, well, the parity. I mean, aside from 3 or 4 teams, probably 3. I mean, there's quite a bit of parity in baseball, which keeps it close. I don't know that it makes it easier for betting or not, but it just there is quite a bit of parity right now. So the one team that everybody had written off, well, look who's back. The Boston Red Sox enter a 10-game winning streak to hit the All-Star break. So they've flown past Tampa Bay like they were standing still in the playoff race. So, hey, they're playing well. Yankees, that's always a topic here, and I know it's one of your favorites. Not a good weekend. Okay, against the Cubs. By the way, I don't know if you saw the picture. It was hilarious to me. And sometimes you see Bellinger was talking with some of his former teammates, Cubs, before the game on Friday. They had a picture of it. And I don't know the height of all the different Cub players, but I tell you what, they're not as tall as Corey Bellinger by a lot. Or Cody Bellinger. It looked like it was 6 inches difference by the angle of the camera. It was hilarious looking. Okay. Like Crow Armstrong was talking to him. It just was, it was funny looking, but so, yeah, I mean, I don't know to rehash it. Detroit still looks like the best team overall, even though they got swept by Seattle over the weekend. And I'm curious to see who makes a couple of moves more than anything. I would wonder if Seattle will try and find a first baseman, okay, with some power. I think the pitching, they're getting guys healthy, so they're starting to come around. Houston, what can you say, right? Houston, just hanging in there. Really, really good club. And since June 1st, here's a useless trivia question for you, Sean. Who has the best record in baseball since June 1st? And it's not Houston.
since June. Toronto?
Milwaukee, 25-12. They're
All
one
right.
game behind the Cubs. So they are right there in the mix. And as I mentioned the other day, is Pat Murphy, the manager for the Brewers. He does a really good job and manages the pitching staff. So I'm very impressed with what I've seen from them. What about you? What do you think? Some of the things you've noticed.
Cody Bellinger's 6'3", by the way.
Right. I knew that.
And Pete Crow's 6 foot. You figure that's, I guess.
I'm just the angle of the camera.
Yeah.
And then he was also standing, he's probably like 4 feet away from him. So the disparity just made it look worse. But it looked like
6'3" is a big cat.
munchkins.
He's a big cat. 6'3", you're a big boy. You get over the 6 foot mark, you're considered a Nephilim nowadays. Over 6 foot. You're bad. I know we take it for granted. We see a lot of NBA guys and tall players like that, but it's really rare air for tall people up there. You mentioned
the Bill. The Bill Lambier story, don't you?
Well, no.
When he was still playing, somebody towards the end of his career, somebody said to him, "Hey, what's the weather up like that out there?" And he spit on the guy, and he says,
"It's raining."
Yes, he goes, "Yes, it's raining."
That seems like a Pistons
Bill
kind
Lambier
of thing.
Right. Yep. Anyways, you were saying.
I was gonna say we could talk about old school basketball toughness compared to today's, but we'll save that for their. I'm getting these wacky commercials on Prime for the NBA Cup in October. I'll make fun of them later. We got plenty of time to make fun of the NBA.
Yes.
The Brew Crew. I was listening to somebody. They're like the number one money team this year. As like
they might be up to that, yeah.
And it is a team that I thought after they got rid of Burns and Hader and they didn't sign anybody, Woodruff coming back from injury. I mean, they're relying on Peralta. Wade Miley gets a start as usual. They pull out some 35-year-old guy to 38-year-old.
Typical.
Good story for the Brew Crew. And it's nothing like the big sexy stud name either. But I did see on MLB that Peralta could be a trade candidate, which is bizarre.
Go ahead.
You'd mentioned the bad teams, right? You have the Rockies and I guess the White Sox.
Yeah, in particular.
I don't see the White Sox short of maybe Louis Roberts or ex-Brewer Adrian Hauser. They're not trading their young guys, right? They tanked out and have a bunch of 22, 23-year-olds. I can't see them dumping guys. The Pirates are 14 back. The Nats are the same. The Nats aren't getting rid of Woods or Cruz or Gore or any of their young guys.
Right.
But the Pirates, on the one hand, they're talking about trading Cabrian Hayes and, other little parts, Mitch Keller or Andrew Heaney or some of these kind of pitchers. Moving wise, you mentioned the Sox coming on strong. Brewers are a game back. Like, where are you getting pieces from? Right? What team is going to come out of the break, lose 6 of 10, and get back 8, 9, 10 in the All-Star break, the wild card spot, and decide to dump? Like, Arizona, I think, is teetering.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, they're sort of in it, but are they going to say, screw it, let's get rid of Suarez and Kelly and Rodriguez and these guys? It's going to be interesting because there's so many teams bunched up. Yanks are going to be looking. Let's be honest. The Dodgers are going to go out look for a third baseman. The Tigers, as good as their first half is, they just got shelled at home. I mean, that's a pitching team, and they're giving up 10 runs a game to Seattle, who they go home. The home cooking must be great in Seattle because their bats, nobody even shows up for the players. I don't think they know they're playing. It's just a weird season. It's just a weird. As good as the Dodgers are, I don't even think they're a good team. Like they don't even have a pitching staff right now, right? Doug, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, I think their bullpen. Now, this was going into the weekend, and their bullpen had given up 29 in the 6-game losing streak, 29 runs in 30 and a third innings. The bullpen.
That's not good.
Now you could say the bullpen sucks. Okay, that's an easy one. But part of that though too, you have to understand why is that I mean, I looked up the other. In fact, the article I wrote it since June 26th, the Dodgers had started Caprius, they had started Trevino, they had started, I believe his name is Levine, and Sheehan, who borderline starter. But the first three I mentioned are all relievers. Okay, they're doing bullpen games. You got Ohtani; he's pitching 2 innings. That's an automatic bullpen game. I mean, you don't have enough there, so your bullpen is just wiped out. And if one guy has a bad game in the bullpen, which is almost likely when you're using 5 guys on a daily basis, I mean, kind of like what do you expect? So yeah, if the Dodgers can get all their regular starters back, okay, I mean, I think they're back to the level of what everyone's expectations are. But I mean, the bat's going cold. Hey, let's face it, that can happen anyway.
That happens.
So that's just baseball. But yeah, I mean, well, actually, I forget the date. Somebody sent this to me. The Angels, I forget the exact date, but it's over the last 50 games. The Angels have a better record than the Dodgers do over the last 50 games. So,
pitcher-wise, Dodgers have used 16 different starting pitchers this year.
I mean, where are you going?
And you have, like I said, you brought up too with Ohtani. He's used 5 starts, but 9 innings. I'm old enough to remember 9 innings could have been 1 start, back in the day. You mentioned the Angels, and then we'll move on to the home run derby. We had 10 minutes of talk here. That was a team in the offseason that I made fun of. Like, look at these guys bringing in Kikuchi and who's the catcher, Trevor Darno or whatever. Like, you're bringing in pieces, like veteran kind of guys. Like you're piecing together role guys to push you over the top into some kind of World Series playoff run. And yet here they are without Trout, right? I mean, Ohtani's gone, but still no Trout this year. Somehow winning games with this staff. It's amazing. Well, good for the Angels. At least people gave them a lot of crap, and yet they're still in the playoff hunt here. I guess it's a good story for them, considering all the hate they got with the Ohtani stuff and Trout. Again on the injured list. Not shocking here, but
even since he's come back, he's hitting like 220. So it's a few home runs here and there. I mean, he's an older ball player. That's what he plays like an older ball player now.
Yeah, I mean, for back of the wild card, you got to be, nice for them. A couple games under 500, but let's move on here. It's home run derby night. I'll pop up the odds here. The big dumper, Cal Raleigh, is the odds-on favorite here. Now, for me, I got a couple guys I just highlighted here for myself. O'Neal Cruz, people like because he hits the ball hard. I don't know if that just means he's a home run hitter or just has good contact. James Woods, another young guy. Olsen replacing Okune to 1. I like the back end guys here. I like Rooker, kind of like the old guy nobody knows about out in Oakland. Buxton at 950, I think is worth a shot. He's been red hot, and he's been finally healthy. He played 140 games in his third year, Doug, and then he played 102 games a couple years ago. Before that, never over 90 games. He's closing in on 80. So as far as he's concerned, he's Cal Ripken Iron Man-esque this year. The talent has always been there. 950, I think, is kind of worth a shot. I like Caminero for Tampa because I don't think anybody knows who the heck this guy is. They're going to be like, what? Tampa Bay's a team? Who's this guy? At 12-1, I got to love it. And Jay said, how the heck you got – all right, Judge wants to sit out, whatever. I'm old enough to remember watching Griffey, McGuire, Sosa, and all these big home run guys, Pete Alonso of recent years hitting these things. The Yanks don't send Stanton or Judge or even Cody Bellinger. No, we're sending Jazz Chisholm and his 170 batting average on the road to hit the – what? Come on with this nonsense. I mean, let's be honest. People look at this lineup and, okay, Raleigh because he's having a great year. Woods is a young player, they know. Olsen, I guess, because he's been around for a decade. People probably know O'Neal Cruz because I see him on ESPN. He throws the ball so fast. Who cares? He should. What does that translate? He throws the ball fast. Huh? You beat him by a step, you beat him by 6 steps. It's the same thing. It doesn't make a difference. I do like that there is no matchup in the first round, so I don't have to worry about losing a guy going head to head with somebody early. But here you go. I like Rook and Caminero here. What do you think?
All right, so who are your so 4 guys are going to advance? Who do you like to advance to the final 4?
I think it's going to be Raleigh, Rooker, Buxton, and Caminero.
Okay. I'm going to disagree with you on Caminero, and I'll tell you why. If you watch his swing, I'm just talking now, you're going to swing differently for the home run derby. He hits a lot of ground balls, just in general. He leads Major League Baseball in double plays. Okay. I understand he's going to take an uppercut swing, but I think his contact level and his natural swing is not conducive to doing it now. And I'll be the first person to admit it. Now, I haven't written an article about the home run derby in probably 6 years. And I wrote it probably 10 years before, each of the 10 years before that. And normally I really stink, okay, at this. Okay. So I'm not an expert. I'm not even going to pretend to be an expert, but it's just, but I still do believe what I do believe. Okay. So so I'm not coming to, I'm Cal Raleigh. Yes, you got to go with that. Now for him to win, you're bucking the odds for him to win. And in the context of no catcher or switch hitter has ever won. Okay. The home run derby. So you do have a little action going there. The other guy that I really like, and actually this is my overall pick to take it all, Matt Olson. Okay. Compact swing, power hitter, the ability to hit the ball the opposite way with power. And he did this in 2021 or 22. He was in this event. So I think he has some built-in advantages. I would probably go with Cruz and Rooker as the other 2. Here's the thing though, with Wood and Cruz, the first round, you got to get as many as you can get. For people that don't remember, they made that change. I think it was last year or the year before, where they quit the head to head. The top 4 got to go. Well, in that first round, you could really, and this happens literally every year. Guys are exhausted after that first round. They put so much effort into that, so there's your problem. So especially then with the young guys jacked up, okay, everybody cheering every one they hit. And all of a sudden they get to the second round and at the plate, and all of a sudden those 480-foot bombs are now line drives at about 300 feet. They're just not going as far anymore because they're arm weary. So my official bets would be to take Raleigh and Olson to advance. And I would like them, depending on the seeding, I would like to see those 2 in the finals, and I would go with Olson overall.
I like the Olson look. Again, it's 8-1. I chose Rooker because I'm kind of biased to him. I got his over 31 home runs for the year, 31.5. And Caminero because I just think no one knows who the heck the guy is. So I'll go off the grid there. But the Olson, we've seen, I remember Cal Ripken one year, I think in Toronto led it. He was just having one of those years. And not that it's fixed or rigged, but like the homer guys and the feel-good story seem to kind of shine out sometimes, right? Yeah. Josh Hamilton in the Bronx. We've seen guys just kind of go on runs where it's like, wow, it's, home kind of the crowd favorite, right? Kind of gets behind it. You got to look at Olson at 8-1. He's the home representative. Like if this was Acuna, let's be honest. If Acuna was in here, he'd be right up there with Cal Raleigh at plus 250 probably, right? To win it. I like the Olson look. You're 100% right about the young guys, O'Neill Cruz and James Woods, swinging for the fences every time and be like, I just took 50 swings and I'm the first one up in the next round because I hit 7. I just got in here. I got to go first. Like terrible kind of nonsense like that. For a first rounder here, I also they have like head-to-head matchups.
Yes.
So again, I did a Rooker versus Cruz based on Cruz being a youngster and he's just he hits exit velocity. Like I think they have to bet on who's got the fastest exit velocity. Sure, I mean he's got a quick swing and he can light one up, but give me the power hitter to get it done here. He has his swing. He's just going to do what he's got to do. Plus 150. Plus 150? Okay, I'll gladly sign up for that. And the Jazz one again. I'm just fading Jazz. I think this guy's going to hit like 6 or something. And yeah, he's flashy and he's got his whole thing. But the guy, bullpen or not, bullpen pitcher, he has not hit on the road. He's done nothing on the road. So is it his hits more for the friendly Yankee Stadium or whatever? Again, for me, Caminero, this is me saying no one knows who this guy is, and he was a top prospect. I know he's, like you mentioned, ground balls, this and that, a swing. No thank you to Jazz. So I'm going to go him for the first round here.
Yeah, they should have, who do you think, like in golf, golf betting, who do you think won't make it, and they have the odds for that. I'd like that. Yeah, because to make the finals, was it Raleigh is plus 130 and Olson's 310 to make the finals. So that's I think both of those are decent. Just overall, and you said Olson. I just think Olson is the right guy. And obviously the other thing too that I don't watch much of this, in truth, and so it sounds like I do, but I pretty much watch the highlights on SportsCenter afterwards. I just don't have the patience to sit there for that. And the one thing you do notice is even though they have the guys that they want, to throw them the pitches, if that person isn't throwing them where they want them, they almost got no shot. I mean, this has got to be above the belt, we're right in their wheelhouse. And if they got somebody that just is throwing, out, basically just doesn't have good control for what they need that day, they're done.
Olson hitting, O'Neal Cruz hitting 212 on the year, 16 homers. I mean,
yeah, I'm not a fan.
I get the flash, right? Because he used to be a shortstop, right? And then they moved him to the outfield, much like probably Ely. They'll probably do the same thing to Ely De La Cruz too, as well. The Reds will probably move him to the outfield if they haven't already. They got a lot of infielders there, the Reds, but that's a whole nother talk. Red talk. What are the Reds doing? I love, Hunter, Lodolo, Abbott, Singer, and you can't. You're spinning your wheels, Cincinnati. No, well, anyway. All right. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about on?
Nothing that comes. Well, here's something to consider. And I got to think of. Not going to remember who it was. Oh, Toronto. Okay, this is something to think about. Go to start the second half. So Toronto, great finish to the first half. First 10 games out of the box. Okay, home to San Francisco. I mean, Giants are a good team, not a great team, but home to San Francisco. Yankees again, 3 games with the Yankees, and then 4 at Detroit. Pretty interesting first 10 games out of the box. I'm guessing I didn't look further, but I'm going to guess that's the toughest 10 games anybody's going to have to play for the first 3 series, coming out. So that's going to be we'll learn a lot about how good Toronto is real quick.
I think we're going to learn how good San Fran is as well. They're a half game back in the wild card. They're 24-25 on the road. They're going to have what? Webb, Ray all lined up coming out of the break probably here. This offense, though. I mean, it's gotten worse by adding Devers. I mean, how is that possible? Devers, Adames, Chapman. When are these guys going to start hitting?
Yeah, well, Adames is no shocker. I mean, we talked about this probably a month ago, going from Milwaukee to San Francisco. I guess I didn't see what they didn't. I don't understand what they didn't know, for that to occur. I mean, you got to, to win in that ballpark, you have to have a guy that's a legit home run hitter, okay, at a position. If not, you got to just get somebody that can hit, in today's game, close to 300. Because you got to take advantage of the ballpark. And by the way, how did you like that? I actually had the game the other day. It's just that was one I was talking with Matt Fargo on Wednesday. The catcher hits the ball off the wall in the 9th inning, and ends up being an inside the park home run, inside the park walk-off home run. Did you see that?
No.
Okay, so 3-1 Philly. Okay, Patrick is his name, their catcher. Hits it to the deepest part of the park. So if you remember the park, you got the brick wall along the right field line going into center, and then in center, then it's got an odd angle on there. So, and there's a big 415 sign. So he missed it by a couple feet from hitting it out, hits that wall. And of course, I mentioned this on the show the other day. If you don't play there regularly, I'm sure you don't practice much of a ball as an outfielder, a ball coming off a brick wall. Okay. So the center fielder runs to the area underneath it, he thinks, and it just flies over his head, just shoots off. So he has to run another 40 feet to go chase it down. And a catcher gets it inside the park, 3-run homer to win the game. And by the way, that was the first time that happened in 99 years. Yeah, first time that happened in 99 years. A walk-off catcher home run, inside the park home run.
Back catch real fast.
What's that?
Other than Piazza, what other catcher is probably in the home run hitting contest?
Yeah, there's and that's the other thing too. If you're looking for if there's a bet for Raleigh for home runs total, I don't know if there is or isn't, but I'm going to tell you right now. For me, if I see 55, for example, for him for home run, I'm going under for total season. And here's why. If there is, I'm assuming somebody would have this bet. And the reason being, I think Raleigh total has only missed one game. Now, I know he's had some DH games, but he's only missed one game. So he is going to wear down. There isn't a catcher alive that doesn't wear down in the second half of the season. Yeah. His bat's going to get slower. Some of the bumps and bruises that he's gotten from catching, that's going to get worse. So, I think he just stops to a crawl in the second half. And I'm not saying he's not going to hit any, but was he got 38? I think
38.
Right? Yeah, 38. Do I think he'll hit 17 in roughly just under 70 games? Yeah, that sounds about right, maybe. So I'd stay under.
He's got 94 games.
He's
38 homers.
Yeah. And, okay. So it's even less than that. Yeah.
He's got 62 walks, which I think is pretty darn good for nowadays, and just 105 strikeouts. It's not terrible.
I was speaking of that. I meant to bring this to the party here. So I saw him in spring training. I think I saw Seattle twice, but one game he played I think 7 innings. So
Joe Mauer, Ozzie Virgil was in a home run hitting contest.
But he, in the game I saw spring training, he hit a home run left and right-handed. And I did not know this until that spring training. He is a huge fan favorite in Seattle. He is far and away the most popular player in the team, much more so than Julio Rodriguez. And because he came up and all of a sudden everybody just starts, clapping and cheering. And he hit 2 home runs in that game. So that was even though he's, had some 27 and 30 before this year, I think is what it was.
30 and 34.
So 27, 30 and
27 his rookie year. 27. Well, he played 40 games, but 27, 30 and 34 in his 3 full seasons.
Okay. Yeah. So, I obviously I knew the name and I knew he was to my knowledge, a decent catcher, but I had no idea he was that popular there. So, the guy's legit, but I just think he's going to wear down. Going forward, and that would not be unusual.
153 games last year, 145 the year before, 513 and 546 at bats. So 200 at bats is going to hit basically 20 homers and 200 at bats. That's quite a feat.
Well, he should based on the first half, but
yes.
Yeah. He's going to get plenty of playing time because they're going to stay in the race.
Yes.
I think their pitching is going to come together. All these guys, Gilbert, all these guys are going to start doing a little bit more. And I think the team might be invigorated if they make a move and get another legitimate hitter.
They need a hitter.
Yeah.
They need something.
So, he's carried their offense the entire year. So.
I wonder if they could do something with Arizona and get Naylor and Suarez for first
Well,
and third.
that's the talk. Yes, that,
Right.
But I don't know what you got to give up, to do that. And I have no idea about their farm system. Couldn't even guess.
They are deep in pitching now.
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to give it up yet. I mean,
you need some bats.
Yeah,
I mean, your pitching's great, but if you're gonna lose 3-1 all the time.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree, there, but I mean that could have been addressed in the offseason too, and that didn't happen. So
yeah,
so
we know that. Well, we could go to every team not addressing issues in offseason. Right. I mean, but all right, we did our Derby talk. We talked a little first half kind of stuff here. I'm shocked Joe Mauer was in a home run. How was he in a home run hitting contest?
Well, he was a power hitter. And
not like into the 30-40 range, though. And I think you'd make Javi Lopez, I could see back in the 90s. I could see him getting in there, Javi Lopez.
Yeah. But Mauer was, I wouldn't say, I would agree. Mauer wasn't a true home run hitter, but I think he would be considered at least, he always had a good batting average too for about
I can't believe the guy's in the Hall of Fame.
That's a little bit of a push for me, but whatever.
Hall of Famer. No, not a Hall of Famer. Sorry, Twins fans.
Harold Baines also. That's another one for me. I don't what he's doing in there.
Compiler. He's a compiler guy. I mean, I get he played a long time. He was pretty good. But
and also La Russa got in and he made sure it happened. Let's put it that way. Tony La Russa did. One of my favorite guys.
Well, he started the old bullpen kind of stuff.
Well, the bullpen and also changing pitchers like daily underwear. Yeah, he was the guy that did that too.
Yeah.
So big fan.
Not a La Russa guy.
Not a La Russa guy. Yes, that's true. Definitely true.
We'll be back tomorrow. Well, not you, Doug. I'll be with Matt Fargo. We'll be doing some, I believe, NFL or you know what? I don't remember what I got to do tomorrow with Doug. With Doug. I don't even. You know what? I'm totally lost here because I'm with Matt tomorrow. I'm with Doug now. But there'll be NFL on Wednesday, Thursday NFL.
Right, and Friday, Thursday for sure. Yes, and NFL North or NFC North. Yes,
NFC North. Or AFC North.
AFC North. Sorry, yes. AFC North.
We're going to start hitting some NFL conferences or divisions, I should say. Maybe some win totals, player talk, just in general. About baseball. We'll be we'll be getting right into football pretty soon, folks. But again, home run derby today. Matt Olson here is for my guy, Doug. I'm going to go a couple other guys. Big odds too, 8-1 for Olson. Rooker and Camarillo, who's a little deeper at the 11-12 spot there. Shop around for the lines. We're never going to give you the favorite. That's for sure. Is not going to happen. We think Cal is pretty good, but we're going to go a little deeper down the line here. Try to find some better value for you. But there you go on Monday. We're going to roll on out of here again. Leave your comment for the home run derby in the chat. Joe Mauer, apparently home run derby 2009. 2009, Joe Mauer. Why not Justin Murnau? Or was he already washed up at that point? It doesn't make a difference. Twins fans, it's all about Kirby Puckett. That's it. Kirby Puckett was the guy. Jack Morris threw 10 innings in a World Series game. Never see that again. No, today he'd go 5 and they'd have 9 relievers coming in. Thank you, Tony La Russa, not coaching the Twins, but right, that's what would happen, Doug. We're out of here. Back tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good Monday. Bye-bye.